What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, well look, we were expecting another secret rare Digimon. We knew there were going to be 2 secret rare Digimon in Double Diamond. The other day I showed you Beelstarmon, which was the first of the secret rares. It would be frankly rude of me if I did not show you the other one. Well, the good news is, it's Alphamon, it's here. And look, it's a secret rare. We all know at this point it's good, right? Digimon have a pretty good track record of making the secret rares into good cards that we want. So what have we got? Well, our translation here comes from the lovely folks over at Ensan Gaming. Remember, as always, and actually the lovely folks at DigimonCard.dev. And remember that, as always, any translated proxies do come from them as well. Now, Alphamon here, we got a 13 cost to play normally, which is high. A 3 cost to Digivolve, which is high, and 11,000 power, which is not high. So basically, we've got a really expensive Digimon that we would expect to have some kind of bonus here of, look, it's expensive, but it's also really powerful. But no, none of that. So, do we have some skills that make it worth it? Well, yes, obviously we do. Otherwise, I would not be sounding quite so excited. Although, I am a very excitable fellow, all right? I do tend to sound quite excited quite often. But what are these skills of which I speak? They're actually kind of annoying and confusing. Right, so, it is a security card, but it's not your average everyday security Digimon that will just play when it comes out as a security. At the end of the battle, add this card to your hand. So you're not playing it for free, you're adding it to your hand, which is clearly worse than playing it for free, or is it? Then, if you or your opponent have a Digimon with either Royal Knight or X Antibody in their type, up to 12 of your opponent's Digimon cannot attack the player for this turn. Cool! So basically, this comes out as a security Digimon, and unless your opponent has 13 other Digimon in play, and they won't, then they're not actually allowed to attack you. This is a game-saving ability. Now, look, you can't often guarantee it's going to be in the security, it's a pain in the neck, blah, 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 blah. I don't really care. Because if this comes out as a security Digimon, this can literally save you the game. Now, as always, there's a chance that what actually happens is it comes out as a final security Digimon. Your opponent attacks, and in their final attack, this comes out. Now, you still get to put this card into your hand, and it's still an 11,000 power Digimon that will win a fight with a lot of other Digimon. But the fact of the matter is, you basically can stop all your opponent's Digimon attacking for the turn, but that doesn't really matter because they don't have any more they want to attack with. Sometimes this won't be in the security. Sometimes when it is in the security, it won't actually do anything. But there will be those beautiful games where it is in the security and it will do something, and that is kind of awesome. Now, I suppose we should stop at this point to go, okay, so which Digimon can I or my opponent play to actually activate this skill? Now, in terms of X Antibody, you probably won't be surprised to hear that the only one available is Omnimon X Antibody, which is actually kind of annoying because this is a level 7 that will Digivolve from red or blue, and you're a level 6 black. So if you want to play Omnimon X Antibody, you can, obviously, but if you're going to be doing that, you've got to have a blue or red level 6, or I suppose the willingness to hardcast a level 7 at 15 cost, which you might go the whole game never having 5 memory to do this. 5 for you, and then you put your opponents at a maximum of 10. You've got to have 5 memory to play a 15 memory Digimon. The point is, don't really want to do that. But we've also got this other Royal Knight option. And the good thing is that Royal Knight does give you a few more to play with. There are a bunch of Royal Knights. Omnimon, although, again, Omnimon maybe not perfect, given the whole evolves from red or blue. Gallantmon, that evolves from red. Allforce Vidramon, that evolves from blue. Leopardmon, that evolves from blue. Let's just skip forward, shall we? Craniumon. Craniumon will work. And in fact, if you want a black Digimon that is going to fit this, Craniumon is your option. As it stands at the moment, the only Digimon that has one of these types and either is black or can Digivolve from black is Craniumon. That's it. Now, maybe in the future, that would be cool. But as it stands at the moment, that's basically your option. Either you're going for Craniumon, or you're not getting it. Now, your opponent can be playing this, and that's kind of lovely. And let's face it, if you're playing Alphamon, if you've got an Alphamon on the field, then that is a Royal Knight, and that will activate the Alphamon that is now in your hand's ability. But my point is, it's not always going to work. The card pool we have doesn't lend itself to this firing nearly as often as we would ideally want it to. Doesn't mean it's never going to work. Does mean it's a little bit awkward. You have been warned. But there is another skill here as well. What we've got is when you attack, you may pay up to 5 memory, and for each memory spent, this Digimon gains 1000 power for the turn. I actually really like this skill. Oh yeah, and after you're attacking, you gain 2 memory. So, if you pay 2 memory and go up to a 13,000 power Digimon, you're essentially breaking even at the end of it. You will end your turn with it, or end the attack, I should say, with the same amount of memory you had when you started the attack, but you've been a 13,000 power Digimon. And this is actually a skill that is really, really going to reward people that are good at knowing deck lists. If you study a lot of deck lists, if you play the game a lot, if you know roughly what your opponent's deck is going to look like, then you can absolutely take advantage of this, because essentially you can go, right, well, I know in this deck they are not playing anything over a 12,000 power Digimon, so if I go up to a 13,000 power Digimon, I am guaranteed to not be deleted by my opponent's security Digimon. Now what you could do is go, well, they're probably playing 3 13,000 power Digimon, they've played 2 of them, there's only 1 left, I'ma chance it, and that's up to you, frankly. I don't know how often that's going to work, but you can try it if you want to, but it gives you the option. It rewards players who know their deck and their opponent's deck, and it rewards players who are really thinking about this kind of stuff, and that's really kind of cool. Consider me a bit of a fan. It means you can make yourself basically as powerful as you want. And do remember the rule. If the memory goes to your opponent's turn while an attack is being made, your opponent doesn't get the turn until after the attack has concluded. We know that. We've seen that. So what that basically means is you can kind of go a little bit nuts knowing the turn's going to go to your opponent. Or, and I've been in this situation a billion times, I'm sure you all have as well, if you have no other way to put your opponent to 1 memory, do this. You've got 1 memory, take 4 memory, and then you gain 2 back at the end, so you've taken 2, so it goes to your opponent with 1 memory. It's kind of a cool way to just put the turn to your opponent with 1 memory if you don't have a better way. Remember, passing gives it to them with 3 memory, which is not what you really want. Or if 11,000 power is enough for you, you can just attack as an 11,000 power Digimon and gain 2 memory. This is looking fun. And yes, sure, it is expensive, and even though it's a security Digimon, you still don't actually get to play it for free when it comes out as a security card. Clearly, this is not an ideal situation. I am sorry. But I'll tell you something for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. There is a huge amount of potential here. This is one that I could see really making some waves. The fact that it comes out as a security Digimon, and then it makes sure that your opponent can't attack you, sometimes. The fact that you can make yourself as powerful as you want, the fact you can gain 2 memory. I'm giving this one, it's not a 5 Wossie card. I'm giving it between 4 and 5 Wossies. We don't give half Wossies, that would be barbaric. And honestly, as I'm saying it, that does sound a little bit high. I don't think it's kind of a game-breaking card like Beelstarmon yesterday looked like it could be. It's still expensive, it can still come out as a security card at the wrong time or never be a security card, and then it just turns into a very powerful level 6 that gets you some memory back. And it's still a very good card, but I'm not sure it's quite on the same level as some of the other ridiculous cards we've seen in the past. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, this is where you come in. If you think I'm wrong, or if you think I'm right, or you just want to tell me your thoughts on Alphamon, I'd love to hear them. So go nuts in the comment section, would ya? But be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.